Hey guys, it's Tucker right here. In today's video, I'm going to show you something that'll be game changing when it comes to recording video, multi-streaming, and just streaming in general, and that I think you guys will start using immediately as soon as I show you guys this. But it does have one problem. Just imagine though, you're able to record your gameplay and videos separately for your face cam. That way you can go and post a mess with it. Now imagine that, but 300 times better. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna show you guys here today, and I'm super excited about this. The first thing you need to do is go to the link down below to download the actual ATEM Stream Suite. Now, I do also have a video link down below on how to set this on up, and I recommend you check out that video and come back to this video. Once you have the ATEM Stream Suite installed onto your OBS studio, we can actually add multiple canvases now to actually get that multi-layer actual video file, which is just gonna be absolutely insane. So, what you can actually see here, we got this little dash area, and we wanna click on Add Canvas. Now, once you click on this, you'll have your main OBS canvas that's going to record. So you can see here, I have that. And on top of it too, we click add a canvas. We can then add a resolution and name this what we want this to be. So I'm going to name this gaming PC for my gaming PC, of course. I captured the gameplay there. And of course, we're going to make this 1920 by 1080. Then we're just going to click OK. And then once this opens on up, you'll get access to a few different things. You can see actually like your gameplay. You can actually see the scene, and you can click sources. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click in sources and add our video capture device. So for me personally, I'm going to add my gaming PC. So you can see this called gaming here. I'm going to apply this in here. And with that, we have our gaming actually PC all good to go with the footage there. Now, the next thing we need to do with this is just drag this somewhere. So me personally, I place it down here, and we can still have access to it that way. So what we're going to do now is go back into the add canvases area. Instead of adding another canvas, we're going to go into the output section, and from in here you will get an option to click and add an output. What we want to do is add a recording output. Once you open this on up, you can name it whatever you want, and you can put a file path for this, and then you can change the recording format. So me personally, I use MKV, so I'm going to set it to that, but you can set this to whatever you want, and then you can create record output. Now from in here, you will get access to a few different things like your normal OBS canvas. So that's the one we actually have here for my face cam, but this could be maybe my gameplay and stuff like that when I'm actually streaming. So we want to be able to capture just our gameplay from our gaming PC. The first thing I do recommend you do though is click enable custom encoding settings, and then make sure to set this to whatever your encoder is. So me, I use an NVIDIA GPU, so I'm gonna use the NVIC GPU encoder, but if I have an AMD GPU, I'm gonna use the AMD one. And so we're going to select this for the time being. And the cool thing about this is you can select everything from actually the frame rate. You can mess with the actual constant bit rate or CBR, or you can switch this to actually something else. So me, I'm going to use QCP or constant QP, which is of course higher quality footage, but it's a bigger file size. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to 18 for the time being and disable look ahead. But with that, we can actually mess with our OBS settings to customize them. And now let's just say, for example, here we want to capture our main OBS, but we also want to capture just our gaming PC actual gameplay. So we click add, and from here go add into gaming PC. Now sometimes it does bug out with the ATEM plugin where it shows different things even though this don't exist. So we just want to capture this for the time being. And once we add it, we can then add actually our encoding settings for actually the gaming PC. So we can go in here, mess with it now, do the same thing. We want to make sure this is our GPU encoder, H.264. And then from here, you can mess with the encoding settings. So I'm going to do QCP. I'm going to leave this as 19. And I can leave look ahead on or disable it. For me personally, I'm going to disable it. And then also we can mess with our audio settings. So you can have a higher audio or lower quality audio. So me, I just like maxing this out to 32. And then I also enable all the audio tracks, so that way you can capture every single thing. Like, great example for me, I have audio track 1 as my mic here right now. Audio track 2 is my gaming PC audio. Track 3 is my stream PC audio, which is the PC on the wall. And then track 4 is like for alerts. And then track 5 is just for like my DJI camera. And then also track 6 is literally everything I use normally to stream with to actually Twitch and YouTube. But once you do this, this is actually a really good step, and then we can click OK. And now the cool thing about this is that we can get really crazy with it. So let's just say, for example, here, I want to add maybe another camera. So I have this keyboard camera here on the action side. I want to add this into my canvas. So I can add a canvas, do the same thing we did earlier, add one. And we'll scroll down here, and then you can see it here. I'm going to call this side camera. And then we can mess with the resolution, make this 1920 by 1080, click OK. And then you can see it pops out here. And then we can just add a source. And we're going to add my actual keyboard cam, which you can see here. And with that, you can actually see it's captured. So you can see here we have my keyboard camera, and then we also have my gaming PC scene, which is awesome. And now what we do from earlier, we go back to add canvases, go to output, and then of course from here, we click that plus icon again, and then from main, switch this to where we would just add it, so side camera. And then of course we can mess with the encoder settings on it to customize it. So I'm gonna make this like CQP20 with the NVIC encoder. And Yeah, so you can get really crazy with this. You could add pretty much as many cameras as you wanted to. The only problem with this though is it's going to take a bit more resources on your PC for your GPU video encoder. So a great example here is I'm using a 5090. So theoretically, I should be able to code up to 12 videos high quality all at once because I have 3 video encoders on it. Now, depending on your GPU, you might have more or less depending on the situation. So be careful to play around with this to test to see if this actually works for you. But you can see what I'm talking about. You could add legit like a ton of cameras all in one recording. And so now let's just say, for example, we want to actually use this. We'll just click OK. And then from here, we actually add this little output. From this output thing, you can see we actually have our output recording. We have our gaming PC, side camera, and main camera. And then let's just say, for example, we click record. It's then going to start recording in the background for us whenever we started. So every single instance we added for different angles or camera angles will be recorded all the exact same time perfectly, which is awesome. And then if we stop, we have access to that recording. Now, the only issue with it is that when you want to drag it into Adobe or any editing software and they place it on your timeline, right, it won't let you actually access every single video file, like angle and stuff like that. So you can actually see right here, we have all of our audio tracks for all of our layers, which is awesome. But you can see we don't have our actual video. So the only way to see this is using VCL, because VCL allows you to check all the single audio and video tracks at once, because the normal way of checking it is not really doable. So if I went here, right clicked on the screen, go to video tracks, I can then go maybe just my gameplay alone. You can see just my gameplay, which is awesome. And then let's just say, for example, we want to do it again. We want to check something else, maybe like a different audio track or video track. We can see my overhead camera, and you can see I've done this with a ton of different actual track tree. You can see like I have my main, I have my gameplay, overhead camera, side camera, my front camera angle, you see, and then my stream PC. This plugin feature is so cool and it's so, like, I'd say probably game changing. It's just unfortunate that you can't actually extract the files when you put it on your timeline. Now, thankfully, Nutty, the guy I was mentioning earlier who inspired this video, actually made a way of exporting every single video file and audio file out of it. I want to show you guys how that works. So let's say, for example, here we have that file from earlier we just recorded. We're going to right click on it, copy it. Now we have this multi-audio track actual thing that will export the files separately. And of course, it is in Nutty's video, which I'm going to link down below. And if you go to Nutty's video, he has a link to his website where you can download and set it on up. And if you do go check out his video afterward, tell him GMAN sent you, or say Nutty's a G. You know what I'm saying? Because he's an absolute goat for making this. So what you're going to do is open the file where it says drop videos in here. And you're going to just place that video from earlier like we just made. And you can see it's that. And then we can actually run this little script here and click run. And it's going to export all the files into separate folders. And it's really quick. And so now when we click the export option, you can see we have all of our actual camera angles from like my front camera angle. We have my side camera angle for my keyboard cam. And on top of that, my overhead camera, gaming PC, plus every single audio track for track 1 being my mic, or actually track 0, but potato, it's weird how they label them. You get what I'm talking about. This is perfect for somebody who's doing, maybe you're doing an unboxing video, you have 5 different camera angles, you want to sync them up all perfectly. You're able to actually do that with this, and it's just so cool, and it maintains the level of quality that you just can't really get anywhere else, because like maybe you have to start recording at different sections and the timeline looks weird and you have to line it up in post and that takes a second, but this makes it everything just start perfectly. But honestly, I had to show you guys this plugin. If you guys did find this video interesting or even helpful, then make sure to smash the like button and get subscribed, and go check out Nutty's video after this and get this for yourself, because oh my gosh, this is just way too good.